In the last episode, I finished laying all of the tiles, including all the cutting. In this week's episode, it's all about finishing touches. Hi, so we've just reached the final stage of the outside porcelain tile project I've got. All the tiles are down, they're all cut in, all the edges are done, and we're on to grouting. I must admit I've been putting it off a bit for a while because I've been a bit worried that about how to do this, because in the past I've usually just done slabs where you put a wet joint in and you put it in, whereas this you brush it on. I've never done this before. This is using UltraTile Pro Pave Grout. It's a natural cashmere colour, so it'll be a similar colour to what's already down there. And apparently what you do is you really wet the tile quite well. If you're going to do the wet method, there are two methods of putting this down. So if it's a impermeable tile that you've done in setting it, i.e. the water won't soak away, then you use the dry method. But I'm using the wet method because I've used obviously a 5-to-1 mix of sand and cement mix underneath, which means when I put water on this, eventually it will drain away, so it's permeable. I'm using the wet method. You put lots of water on to stop the mixture staining, and that's the bit I'm really worried about. And then you brush it into the joints. You know, you keep pushing it into the joints and compressing it a bit. I have got this tool, it doesn't say to use a tool, but if I feel as though I need to really push it down into it, I'll use that. I've got two of these packs. I think there's inside it, there'll be bags that I'll just let out onto the tiles, brush it in. I've got to keep that wet and keep moving it and just keep on doing that. And then apparently it'll take 24 to 48 hours to fully harden, and then to fully harden it takes another 28 days, up to 28 days apparently, depending on weather circumstances. So we'll give that a go. I'm sure it'll get stressful. I'll put the link to the video, how-to video. It's the same guy who showed me how to lay the porcelain tiles, which seem to work, and cut the tiles. So I'll put that in the description. Just going to give it a good wash off. I've already washed it a couple of times to get all the residue of stuff I don't want on there. So the bit I'm really worried about is it's staining the tiles, because it's a bit of a point of no return. God, that looks solid. I've had they've only got a shelf life of 6 to 9 months. It feels solid, but no, it's all right. It's just, it's so compact. Right, here goes nothing, as they say, and on my trusty broom. Well, I hope I got enough. I've got this horrible feeling I won't have. So that's done, that went down better than I thought. I got two boxes of it, but I've only used one. But you haven't got to be afraid to wet it by the looks of it. So you know, you just got to keep going, pressuring it, putting it down, and I'm glad I had the little jointer because that pushed it into it. So yeah, I'm quite pleased with it. I just hope it hardens now, all right. So we've just got some little jobs now to finish off this out a bit. We've got to stain this during the course of the week. It's going to be a nice day, so I needed 2 or 3 days of dry weather. So we're going to be staining this like a walnut colour. And then here I want to put just an edge trim, so I've got to find a piece of wood, which I found, but it's got some blue paint on, so I need to get all that off. And then there's various holes and bits and filling I want to do, because we're going to paint what's white at the moment. We've got like a creamier colour, I guess it is. So we're going to paint all that. Then that should be it really. Oh, and there's a door trim down at this end where the tile's finished up to this door. I need to just create a cut. It's a bit of a taper cut actually, in the edge there. So those are the things on my list to do today. It's always something to do, isn't there? That's the first time I've actually used my electric plane. I bought all my power tools before I retired, and it's the first time I've had a chance to use it. I'm really impressed with it. You got the control of the depth here, knob, that you can turn it up to various depths that you want, and I just skimmed that really easy. I'd have spent ages, at least an hour rubbing that down. So that's really good. Makes a bit of a mess, mind you. I'll put the link in the description of the one I've got, which is, I tend to buy all Bosch tools for whatever reason, I don't know, just a good make. But I'm sure there's other brands out there that you can get. So I managed to do the upright pretty easily, and then I've just finished shaping by the door jamb, so I've got a tapered piece and allow me to put a bit of grout in between as well, just to finish it off. So that's worked pretty well, to be honest. The plane was magnificent, because I've actually thought I was going to end up sawing it down this plate tapered piece, but I've actually used the plane because I could put it up to 1.5 and it will take quite a bit off at a time. Obviously 1.5 mil. So we're sort of on the final stages now of the outside, having just painted all the walls, started to put some of the stuff back up, which is great. So we've decided we're going to stain our wood that I created some time ago. So we've decided to go for this walnut. I have to say, like anything else, we've had loads of tester pots and all sorts, so it's taken us a while to find out what we want. Now it's going to darken the wood quite a bit. This is a superior wood finish from ProTech. I'll put the links in the description. So I think it'll probably need 2 coats, but we'll see. Finally got to the end of the patio project where I put 2 coats of stain on. Something felt like a bit like the fourth bridge painting it, because there's a lot of woodwork to do. And there's 2 sides to the pieces of wood and that, so it took a while, but we got there. And so we've gone for this darker walnut, which I think actually is okay. I was a bit worried it might be too dark, but I think it's looking all right, to be honest. So that gives us now a place to sit. The porcelain tiles made a big difference because it's so easy to keep clean now compared to the old decking that was there before. So it's a nice outdoor space for the summer. So as long as the sun continues, actually it doesn't actually matter either because we've got the roof here. So even in the wet weather, it's a great place just to be under and look out into the garden that we've started to get back into shape as well.